On this video, I'll take you around the historic heart of Lithuania's capital, Vilnius. We'll take in its historic buildings and look at it from up high. I'll also tell you what these two things are and why they're an important part of this city and country's recent history and future. There is only one place you can start having a look around a city like Vilnius, and surely that's at the gates to the city itself. Well, the old city. Vilnius is the capital of Lithuania, the most southerly of the Baltic states. It's just over 30 miles from the Belarus border, while Lithuania itself borders the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad. This geography and the history which we'll return to shape a lot of what we'll see in this video. I don't think, so close to the Russian border, there's any doubt whose side Lithuania's on. Well, the first point I have on the map is the Glass Quarter, and we're about 2 minutes walk from there. There is no doubt you could use this town as a setting for a Hallmark film. To come on this channel, a road trip through the Baltic states. To not miss out on videos about Tallinn and Riga, the other Baltic capitals, hit subscribe now. This is Presidential Palace for Lithuania's president, and it would seem there's some sort of ceremony today, judging by the servicemen and women over there. Or maybe they're just off to guard the presidential palace. But you don't get many places in the world where right in the centre you have a symbol for NATO, which kind of tells you what's important around here. At this stage, a very brief history of the Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania, which I think might help. After World War I, all three countries gained their independence, but that was to be short-lived. By 1940, they were forcibly annexed into the Soviet Union during Stalin's rule. They were then seized by Nazi Germany, before the Soviet Union retook control at the end of the Second World War. The Soviet era brought oppression, deportations and attempts to erase their culture, as we'll see in more detail in my Tallinn film. The turning point came in 1989 and the start of the breakup of the Soviet Union. To show the three states' unity and desire for independence, a human chain, the Baltic Way, was formed. Made up of around 2 million people holding hands, it stretched more than 690 kilometres, 430 miles, across Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. Within a year, all three countries were independent. Since then, they've sought to strengthen their position by joining the European Union and NATO. Everywhere across this city you see a series of flags which really reflects the ancient history here and the more recent history. Of course you'll see the flag of Vilnius, you'll see the flag of Lithuania, but you'll also see the flag of the European Union, of NATO and of Ukraine. There really is no doubting that Lithuania knows its history and knows which side it feels it needs to be on. And just over here, a little memorial to some recent history for the Baltic states. This bronze footprint is a monument to the Baltic Way we've just been talking about. If you're a regular on this channel, you know I can't avoid a quick look inside a cathedral or church.
So that is the palace of the Grand Dukes of Lithuania. There is now a museum in there that you can go and have a look around. But we haven't got time for that because I want to take you up there for a view of the city.
It really was a glorious morning in the city. I could have walked the steps to the top, but the chance of a quick ride up was too good to miss. The cost for this is on the screen now.
No, you're right. It isn't a long walk up, probably around 10 minutes or so, but a quick minute on the funicular has given me a bit more time up here and a bit more time to look around the city.
This is the view north from the old city.
Well, I'm not sure it's worth the €8 and a bit of an extra view up here, so we'll just take the view in from right in front of me.
If this video is proving helpful to you or entertaining, I'd appreciate it if you'd smash the like button to help take this to other travel lovers or people planning a visit to Vilnius.
Down there you can see the presidential palace where we've come from, and that is the direction that we are walking to next on this film. Behind the tower is technically the highest point in Lithuania, the big TV mast over there. In truth, this is more like a lift. I've just pressed the button to head back down, and the journey down, it takes all of a minute, and I've got this funicular all to myself. Back down to earth and heading back into Vilnius now. It's all very close here, the city. The walk you've seen me do so far has probably taken me about an hour and 40 minutes or so. We've probably got about another hour or so to go, and I'm doing it with a bit of speed. So if you wanted to spend a day here and get around a lot of Vilnius, it's all pretty close. I have to tell you, I'm here in Vilnius in September. It's a Baltic state. You'd think it might be cold. It's anything but. It's gloriously warm here.
This short, narrow street near the centre has more than 200 artistic installations dedicated to writers who have lived in Vilnius or had a connection with the city or Lithuania. It's free to see and a great place to linger in the sunshine.
A thing I've really liked about walking around here is, yes, there's all the old history, but there's lots of lovely little pieces of modern art around this old part of the city. And actually right by our hotel, I'll drop the picture in here, there was a little bust, a statue to John Lennon.
Let me know in the comments what you've made of what you've seen of Vilnius. Also, if you've been there yourself and you can suggest some places that I or other travellers should go in the future, let me know in the comments. As we near the end of my lightning quick tour of this city, you can see how I got there on a budget airline via the link to a video on the screen now.